Thank you so much for that most gracious introduction. Do you mind if I ask where you got that gaudy robe? I am honored by the invitation addressed to you on this august occasion. It is about time. Be warned, however, that I am not here to impress you. You'll have enough smoke blown at you today, and you bet your tassels I'm not here to impress the faculty and administration. After I say what I came to say, there will be precious little chance I will be invited back here to deliver another address. Not here, not anywhere. This is my one chance for a commencement address. In short order, you'll know why. You may not like much of what I have to say, and that's fine. You'll remember it, though, especially after about 10 years out there in the real world. This does not apply to those of you who will seek your careers and your fortunes as government employees. Those of you who have the mentality to become a career in government employee will probably never understand what I'm about to say. This gowned gaggle behind me is your faculty. You've heard the old saying that those who can do, those who can't, teach. That sounds deliciously insensitive, but there is often raw truth in insensitivity, just as you often find feeling good falsehoods and lies and expressions of compassion. Say goodbye to your faculty now, because you're getting ready to go out there and do. Those folks behind me are going to stay right here and teach. By the way, just because you're leaving this place with a diploma doesn't mean the learning is over. When an FAA flight examiner handed me my private pilot's license many years ago, he said, "Here, this is your ticket to learn." The same can be said for your diploma. Believe me, the learning has just begun. You ain't seen nothing yet. Now I realize that most of you consider yourselves liberals. In fact, you're probably very proud of your liberal views. You care so much, you feel so much, you want to help so much. After all, you're such a compassionate and caring person. Hey, that's fine. Now, at this age, it's as good a time as any to be a liberal. As good a time as any to think that you know absolutely everything. You have plenty of time starting tomorrow for the truth to set in. Over the next few years, as you begin to feel the cold breath of reality down your neck, things will change. You will change. If not you, certainly the person next to you. So here are the first assignments for your initial class in reality. Pay attention to the news, read newspapers, and listen to the words and phrases that proud liberals use to promote their causes. Then compare those to the words and phrases you hear from those evil, heartless, greedy, extremist, and hate-filled conservatives. From the left you will hear, "I feel." From the right you will hear, "I think." From the left you will hear references to groups. The blacks, the poor, the rich, the disadvantaged, the less fortunate. From the right you will hear reference to individuals. On the left we hear talk of group rights. On the right, individual rights. That about sums it up, really. Liberals feel. Liberals care. They are pack animals whose identity is tied up in group dynamics. Conservatives think, and setting aside the theocracy crowd, their identity is centered on the individual. Liberals feel that the masses, their favorite groups, have enforceable rights to the property and services of productive individuals. Conservatives and libertarians, myself among them I might add, I think that individuals have the right to protect their lives and their property from the plunder of the masses. In college you've worked very hard to develop a group identity. Go Panthers, go Warthogs, go Tridout, or whatever group alphabet soup you've been simmering in. These diplomas, though, have your individual names on them. Not your school mascot, not the name of your fraternity, or sorority, but your name. Your individual identity starts now. You're on your own. If, by the time you reach the age of 30, you do not consider yourself to be a libertarian or conservative, rush right back here as quickly as you can and apply for a faculty position. These people will welcome you with open arms. They will welcome you, that is, as long as you haven't developed an individual identity. You will have to be willing to sign on to the group mentality once again. Now, I'm not talking in the abstract. I've been there, done that. I was one of you. During my college years at Texas A&M, I was a lot further to the left than you are now. I joined the Students for a Democratic Society. Carried signs, occupied the university president's house. Well, his porch anyways. I was cool. I was happening. I was aware. I cared. I was turned in. I was tuned in. I felt. I obsessed. I followed. I was a complete waste. I did everything but think. What happened, you asked? I got a job. Think about it now. Maybe I should say we got a job. You see, after I got out of college, I found out that I had a lifelong partner that was intent on sharing every productive thing I did. That partner was, in some ways, an agent representing a strange and diverse group of people. An agent for every teenager with an illegitimate child. An agent for every malcontent who wanted someone else to provide them with a place to live. An agent for a research scientist who wanted to make some cash answering the age-old question of why monkeys grind their teeth. An agent for some poor demented slob who considered himself to be a meaningful and talented artist, but who somehow couldn't manage to sell his artwork on the open free market. An agent for every person with limited, if any, job skills, but who wanted a job at City Hall. An agent for tin-horn dictators in fancy military uniforms. An agent for multi-million-dollar companies who wanted someone else to pay for their overseas advertising. An agent for everybody who wanted to use the unimaginable power this agent has for their personal enrichment and benefit. This agent is our wonderful, caring, compassionate, oppressive government. I was petrified at the unimaginable power the agent has, power that I didn't have, a power that no individual has, or will have. This agent has the legal power to use force, the power to use a gun to accomplish its goals. I did not necessarily choose this partner in my work life and personal life. The government just walked up, introduced itself rather roughly, handed me a few forms to fill out, and moved right on in. It slept anywhere it wanted to. And let me tell you, this agent is not cheap. It takes about 40% of everything I earn. Actually, the way this agent looks at it, it takes 100% of everything I earn, and then lets me have about 60% of it back. That 60% is carried as an expenditure on my agent's books. I can't fire this agent, and I can't lower his commission on my work. He has that power, not me. I don't trust my agent, and I don't particularly like him. Be clear on this. It is not wrong to distrust the government. It is not wrong to fear the government. In certain cases, it is not even wrong to despise government. In fact, it may well be a praiseworthy American tradition.